Hi, good evening, and welcome to today's episode of 14 kph or Karla's Power Hour. So, I'm staying here at Pearl Farm Beach Resort, which is probably one of the best resorts ever in the Philippines. It's one of the very few five-star places here in Mindanao, and I'm really happy to be here. I'm spending the weekend here with my family and my boyfriend Mitch because it's gonna be my birthday on Monday, and that's when I'll have my special announcement, which will also be the last day of 14 kph. But don't worry, I'll have tons of videos coming. I have tons of content and advice for you, and I want to help every single one out there who's trying to build a business or make their business better, or maybe just need a little bit of guidance. Okay, so and it's not just me who will be doing this. My friends are also pitching in a lot of ideas, and I thank them for that. I feel very lucky to be with a really good circle of people. And in fact, as I have said probably a few episodes ago, one of the most important things that you should do as an entrepreneur is you should surround yourself with the right kind of people. These are the people who are always cheering you on and betting on your success, and they want you to succeed, and they want the best for you and your business. They like seeing you doing your stuff and succeeding in life, and they feel like they're a part of it, and they also feel lucky to have known you. But it's also not a shock to us that even though there are a lot of people who are like this, who are very supportive with what we do as entrepreneurs and whatever venture you want to start, there will also be people who will despise your success. So for today's topic, we will discuss a very important thing happening about on and entrepreneurs, and that is, how do you deal with haters? How do you deal with people who seemingly want you to fail and who hate you and don't like it that you're succeeding in life? What do you do with them, and how should you feel about them? Okay, so for me, there are three different ways that haters express, their how despised they are of your success. The sad thing is, sometimes these people are actually your family and friends, and that's not very shocking, especially in our culture in the Philippines, where crab mentality is very common, and a lot of people think that if you're succeeding, you're somehow robbing someone else of their success or something like that. I know it's weird. It's like, why would anyone even think that? Like, almost everyone worked hard to get where they are, especially coming from a developing country where a lot of things are actually stacked against you, where the odds are against you. Anyway, but that's a topic for for a different conversation. So for me, there are three ways that you determine if people secretly despise your success. The first one, if they're silent about about your success, and they don't support anything you do. So sometimes these people blatantly ignore you, purposely unfriend you on Facebook or something like that, and they just they don't say a thing. They don't even recognize what you're doing. They don't even acknowledge what you're doing, and they're suddenly silent, and they don't express any form of support. Another sign that I see is that there will be some people who will doubt your success and think that either one, it's not that big deal, it's not that much of a big deal. They think that you're just making a bigger deal out of it. Or number two, it could be that they assume that you did something bad to get there, or that you owe other people money anyway, or something like that. The third sign that I see is when other people blatantly spread gossips and lies about you. Of course, that is a very serious determinant. Oh wow, that's some wicked lightning. I hope it doesn't rain soon. But yeah, so there will be other people who will be spreading gossip and lies about you, and you have to accept that. The first thing that you need to think about when dealing with these kinds of people is that as we grow older, we are trained to form opinions. We are actually acknowledged and encouraged when we make opinions, and a lot of people view that as something good inherently. And there will always be people who will think of what you're doing differently. Not everyone is there to support you. Not everyone is rooting for you to win. So, there's just people who are, on one hand, you have people who are strangers but are super kind to you, helping you in whatever way, even if they're up there and you're down here. And sometimes you don't understand why they're so nice to you and what you did right, that you deserve their help. But on the other hand, there will also be people that will be mean to you and will hate your success and will spread gossip and lies about you, and you don't know what you did to them, and you don't know what made them feel that way, or what made them think that they have to do that or that they needed to do that. So another thing that you have to understand about these kinds of people is that sometimes they're not even doing it deliberately. Sometimes it's just, instinct or a defense mechanism. Because one thing that I know is that a lot of people actually hate themselves for not taking the right steps and doing like taking risks, and not being decisive enough. They hate themselves for not taking these big leaps, that when they see other people do it and other people succeed, they feel in their heart, although it's wrong, that they have been robbed of their chance at success, even if you have nothing to do with it. So trust me, if someone hates you, it's not personal, especially if you didn't do anything to them. If you didn't, I have a lot of haters which I haven't even met. They feel like they have the right to talk shit about me, but that's just life. People will talk nicely about you. I get a lot of love from strangers, and it's really amazing. But also at the same time, you would hear stories here and there about haters, and that's fine. It's just the world is round. You get a little bit of good, a little bit of bad, and that's just how life works. Another thing that I notice about them, or when they're doing these bad things, or they're hating on you, is that they believe that they're better than you. So aside from them silently or secretly or maybe even unconsciously hating themselves for not taking the right risks and not doing the things that they should have done, or taking the huge leaps in life, aside from them hating themselves for not doing those, they also believe that they're better than you. So in their heart, they believe like you do not deserve your success, because they believe that they're way better than you. So I am a writer, and I have won a few writing awards here and there. But of course, there are tons of other journalists and writers who are way better than me, and I know hate me, because I make a lot of money doing my writing. I charge a lot for the things that I write, for corporate copy, for web copy. I charge a lot for them, and I don't know where they get their information. Maybe they ask someone how much I charge for something like this, and then they would get startled about my prices, and then they would start talking like, oh, she's not even that good of a writer. She doesn't even write for print much anymore. So some people do that, and that's just them. I believe that that's because they believe that they're better than me, and that's why they feel like I don't deserve whatever I'm getting, despite them not knowing what I did to get here, to get to where I am, and to be able to charge that kind of money to clients who do not flinch when I give them my rates. So basically, the way that you should just deal with these haters is you should just ignore them, because as I've told you, if you're an entrepreneur, the most important asset that you have is your focus, and you should be always careful where you put it. And if you focus on these negative things and these negative people, you will see more of them, and in fact, I believe in law of attraction, you might even attract more of them. So this is not good for you. This is not worth your time. Nobody's fucking paying you to even think of these haters. So always remember, it doesn't matter how good you are, you will always have haters. Other people will hate you for no reason, and that's normal. Sometimes these people are even your friends and your family, and that's okay. That's how people are. People change. People judge other people. We're primed to make opinions about other people, and it's just that. Sometimes a lot of these haters are even doing it unconsciously, and they don't even intend to really hurt you. It's just how they think, and it's just how they are. So I hope that makes you feel better, and every time I think about it, really makes me feel better. So you just distract yourself and do other things that are good for you, and spend time with people who are good to you and good for you. So thank you for listening, and see you tomorrow for the second to the last day of the 14 kph. Bye.